Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Counselor's Office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we're back with some more Destiny 2 reacts. It's been a minute, but we're going to talk about Act 2 of Revenant. Now, I just want to say that I enjoyed Act 1 significantly more than I enjoyed Act 1 of Echoes. I think this is a superior episode to episode Echoes, though the bar was very low. I would even go as far as say I think I enjoy this episode than Season of the Wish. I thought Season of the Wish was very boring. I did like the Coil, but I just don't see myself getting into Coil nearly as much as I do Onslaught. I love Onslaught. I think it's fun. But overall, I do see some glaring issues with Revenant, episode Revenant. Being very short compared to last episode. We are not considering the dungeon a part of it because it's a separate paid content, so I'm not including that. But overall, we're looking at Destiny 2 Revenant leaked reveals of Tomb of the Elders activity for Act 2 and its bosses. That's right. There was rumors of Prison of Elders coming back. Instead, we're getting a revamp of Tomb of the Elders. And I'm going to say this right now. If this really pops off, I'm going to be so upset if it goes away. Like, usually seasonal activities go away, but this is like one of those things that I hope stays. I really, really, really hope that Tomb of the Elders stays. Truly. A recent leak has revealed that Destiny 2's episode Revenant Act 2 will bring back an updated version of the fan favorite activity from Destiny 1 with the Tomb of Elders featuring returning bosses and updated mechanics. We're almost midway through the first act of Destiny 2's episode Revenant, with new Onslaught Salvation activity, the Vesper's Host Dungeon, which is not part of it. I don't know why people keep doing that. It's not part of the episode. And a return of the Icebreaker exotic, which is not part of the episode. Players have their hands full. So yeah, we've got a lot going on in the general time that this episode's going on. But again, dungeon is separate and will stay. Like, the dungeon stays, the content or the episode, not all of it will stay. However, anticipation is already building for Act 2, as Bungie teased an activity inspired by a fan favorite from Destiny's past during the Revenant developer livestream. Now, based on the new data mine leaks and in-game teasers, looks like this mysterious activity is indeed Tomb of the Elders, an homage to the classic Prison of Elders. Yes, so if you see, it's plainly in sight where it says Tomb of the Elders, like Bungie spoiled it themselves, so surprise. Continuing on, this is going to get into the spoilers of Tomb of the Elders. So if you don't want spoilers, I don't know why you're clicking on the video anyways. The original Prison of Elders, which debuted in Destiny 1's House of Wolves expansion, was a PvE arena where fire teams faced waves of enemies with rotating challenges. Destiny 2 episode Revenant Tomb of the Elders activity, according to data mine information shared by Bungie Leaks, will not be an exact one-for-one recreation of the original activity, but rather a revamped version with updated mechanics, new bosses, and some returning ones too. The activity is designed to capture the spirit of the original Prison of Elders while adding fresh challenges for Destiny 2 players. That sounds great to me. I really like Prison of Elders, but obviously it did get redundant to a point. But I did enjoy it because it was I don't know if you consider it endgame. Let me know in the comments down below if you thought it was endgame. For Destiny, I thought it was endgame with raids. It was something that you could do pretty quickly. It didn't take nearly as long as a raid and some other activities. So overall, in day one, I did enjoy doing this when I wanted to farm for something, but I didn't want to spend hours doing it. The leak details suggest a mode called Contest of Elders, which will have players fighting through 4 laps with a mechanic called Warden's Judgment. Positive stacks of judgment, known as Warden's Favor, will increase the difficulty of the encounters while offering better rewards, whereas negative stats, dubbed Warden's Punishment, will slightly reduce the challenge. I don't know what that entails. That does sound very interesting. Getting some bonuses. This could be like a starting point, because we know in Destiny 2 Code Frontiers, all that stuff that's coming out in the future, we know that you're going to be able to change the modifiers, and making it harder equals better loot. So I feel like this is like a test to see what that system may look like in the future, because as things get harder, you get better loot. And so I want to see what that loot looks like. Is it Does it justify the difficulty? Contest of the Elders, it really lends itself to me thinking it's going to be contest mode, like up to contest mode. We'll have to see. But it does sound very interesting. It's important to note that these details come from data mine information, which means they could be subject to change before the official release. Usually that's not the case. Usually when it's in the API and all that stuff, when it's in part of the game, very rarely does it actually change. So we suggest taking everything with a grain of salt until officially confirmed. Now let's talk about the bosses players can expect in Tomb of the Elders activity. Again, most data mines, especially what we got last episode, everything was pretty much the same. Nothing, like most things Bungie doesn't change even if there is a leak, because they're often working ahead of schedule. So when they have to stop and then go back to fix bugs, it does delay them, and they're not working with a massive team anymore. Like a lot of the team got laid off, 155 people got pulled to Sony, and then others are still working on Marathon and whatever else they may have cooking that maybe they haven't told us. Remember, the Destiny Mobile does not count. It's not part of it. That is a completely different company working on it. Bungie's just lending out the name Destiny and all the assets to NetEase. Is it NetEase? I keep getting Nexon and NetEase mixed. I'm pretty sure it's NetEase. The data mine leak has also revealed a list of boss sets to appear in Tomb of the Elders, showcasing a mix of familiar faces and new threats. According to the leak details, Tomb of the Elders will feature a total of 18 different bosses. Holy crap! Bro, that's a lot. That's good. One of the biggest issues I have with some of these like content is that the bosses are always generic and the same thing. So this is dope. Here's a breakdown of various boss categories and who you might encounter. Main bosses. Skolas, Scorned Wolf. How is he coming back though? So Tomb of Elders, meaning somehow. So my thought process is that the Scorned are bringing back the dead, right? So Skolas is going to be a Scorn boss. That's the only reason I can think of this. Warden Servitor, which we destroyed. I'm also confused about that unless there was a backup Warden. That's also possible. We got Revenant Barons, Pariah the Rifleman. So these are Forsaken, by the way. These aren't just any. These are from the Forsaken Barons that are now Revenant Barons. Pariah the Rifleman, Rexus the Hangman, Parakus the Mindbender. So we do get the Mindbender back. That's kind of cool. Again, I don't know why we did not get Mindbender's ambition back. Why did we not get that shotgun back this season? It makes so much sense. Maybe Bungie is going to do a plot twist and surprise us. I doubt it. Elicris the Machinist, Arasix the Trickster, Anix the Mad Bomber. So yeah, these are all the Revenant bosses, or sorry, Forsaken bosses coming back. Good. Those are unique bosses, and it's a shame that they weren't in the game in the first place. So this is cool. Legacy prisoners, Hexus the Twice Betrayed, Wexus the Mighty, Psylocke the Defiled. Yo, Psylocke is coming back? Holy crap. If y'all don't know who Psylocke is, Psylocke, Destiny 2. This is Psylocke. Yeah, Psylocke. I don't know if they're actually bringing back Taken, but yeah, Psylocke, dude. I'm upset that Malak is not coming back. Like, I would have liked some of these other bosses to come back, but it's still pretty cool that Psylocke. I knew that name, man. Urok's the Risen Ember. So these are Legacy. Lucent Hive, Lucent Wizard, Hunter, Titan. The Light Blade is... Why is the Light Blade here? Somehow they captured the Light Blade? That's kind of badass. Gladiator Brothers. No. No. Okay, that is not Destiny. Are these the big boys? Are these the big boys? Oh, wait, is it the brothers? Oh, I think it's the brother. Wait, Tuflun. I think it might be the brothers. Like back in the Taken King, there are the brothers. Morag. I don't know if they're the same people. I don't think they are. Maybe they are. Or maybe they're new, but these are essentially the twins, which does give me a nod to the Taken. Like I don't know what their name is, but there was a strike in the Taken King Taken King Cabal bosses strike. These boys, that's right. The Shield Brothers, that's what it was. The Shield Brothers. Yeah, the Super Cabal Bros. Yeah, see, good times, man. That's what it reminds me of, is the Cabal Brothers. I hope that's the feeling we get again. Destiny 2's Tomb of the Elders release date. Although not officially confirmed, Bungie has hinted that Destiny 1 inspired activity will debut in episode Revenant 2, which begins November 19, 2024. And that's pretty much everything we know about the upcoming Tomb of the Elders activity in episode 2 or Act 2. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments down below. I mean, having Skolas come back, like, that's badass. And here's the thing. I know a lot of people want Destiny 1 to just be ported to PC, but I don't think we'll ever see that. It takes too much resources, too much time. They would have to do a lot of stuff. They're not going to do that. So I am okay. They slowly port stuff from Destiny 1 into Destiny 2 in this form. You know, we're not getting Prison of Elders. We're getting the Destiny 2 version, but we're having bosses from Destiny 1 and some new ones too. Like, we're getting some Forsaken. Do I want Forsaken back? Yes, I want Forsaken back. Are we going to get it back? I don't think so. I have no faith that in Bungie to the regard that we are going to get any of our old content back anytime soon. They are struggling to even uphold the new stuff, to bring in new stuff. I don't see them taking the time and resources to bring Forsaken, all that stuff. I would love to eat my shoe, in my own words, but it will probably be years before we see any Forsaken stuff outside of just them reusing enemy bosses. Again, I'm not giving them the pass. I'm not praising them because it is just kind of like these guys should just be in the game already because of the fact that you know, it was paid content that was removed. But overall, the Tomb of the Elders is new-ish. It's a revamp, and we are getting a bunch of different enemies. Like, if you want to argue these guys shouldn't count and this guy shouldn't count, like everything else, sure, whatever, right? But 18 different bosses is pretty baller. Like, I like it. I like the idea of it. I hope it stays. It really is concerning to me because we have Onslaught and Onslaught into light stage, so we're gonna keep Onslaught. Like, the guess is we will maybe keep Onslaught Salvation. I don't know. It'd be really shame that it disappears. And then we have Prison. We have Tomb of Elders, which would also be upsetting if it just disappeared too. Like both of these activities, they can continue to update. Like Tomb of the Elders, they could literally keep adding bosses and loot to it. Like, this could continue to evolve if they actually took the time to do it. I don't know. I'm just, overall, I'd be very disappointed if it just suddenly all disappeared. I'm excited to play it. Like, let me be honest. I know that anything Destiny 1 obviously has some nostalgia to it. I have to play it before I give you my heads up. I don't know. I don't know whether is it good enough to justify. Like, here's the thing. Here's my thing. If we keep Salvation's Onslaught, we keep Prison of we keep the Tomb of the Elders. Getting them saying both is just so confusing. Tomb of the Elders, it stays, and we get to keep the exotic mission that we know is coming, which I'll do a video on it later, maybe eventually. We know that's staying. All this together, I would say this is more value than we've gotten in a long time season-wise, because you're going to keep all these activities. They're going to stay in the game, and that's paying for the buck. Now, you could also argue, well, if it's going to stay in the game, you don't really need to spend your money. Just wait to play it later. But I'm going to tell you right now, like, I'm excited in the sense that we are getting decent activities that I am actually enjoying. Am I farming Onslaught nonstop? No. One, because it was bugged, and that kind of, like, there's no reason for me to touch up a 9-foot pole if it's bugged and I'm not going to get my loot. And two, there's been a bunch of other games, but we're going to have Onslaught for this entire season, and I'm not in a rush to grind out the loot because I know it's going to be here for a while, so I can come back and get it later. There's a few things I definitely want god rolls of. My opinion of the shiny, non-existent shinies, I think is pretty ass. And I don't see, potions are fantastic. I think that's one of the fantastic things. I think how they delivered it was bad. I think overall potions being in the game, fantastic, 10 out of 10. Just need to slightly work on it, make them a little bit better. But like I was doing raids and getting activities and I always got a weapon to drop. Like farming weapons with the potions is so easy. It's just a joke how often you can get weapons to drop. So you don't even have to touch onslaught. I mean, eventually you do because you have to get the material for the potions. But overall, you can target farm and that's nice. That's really nice. But let me know in the comments down below. Overall, what do you think about Tomb of the Elders? Are you excited for it? Are you not excited for it? Are you just so upset at Bungie for taking away content that they're now reintroducing some of the enemies from content that was previously in Destiny 2, like the Forsaken bosses? Are you too upset with them to just give a crap about it? Like it's obviously going to be reskin. Like we're going to have some reskins. I don't know how much, but you let me know. I paid for this content, so yes, I'm going to try to enjoy what I can out of it. And last episode, I could not enjoy any of it. That's why I did not complete any of it. I didn't do any of the seal. I didn't give a crap about any of it. I still have yet to get Choir of One's Catalyst. I will eventually, but I just don't touch any of that content with a 9-foot pole because it's all ass to me. But Revenant, I have been enjoying, and I enjoy some of the content. So that's just me. I don't speak for everyone. I speak for me. I'm going to get my money's worth, but you let me know how you think. As always, I'm Mr. Game Counselor. Until next time,